my GE was like average and my VAT was also like average. So my PI was only the one thing that improved my profile over there. Hey guys, Riddhish here, and today's video I'll be sharing my interview experience of SIIB Pune. So before starting with my experience, let me share you with some basic details, and I'm pretty sure that you must be knowing that as well. So to get admitted into any of the Symbiosis Institute, you need to appear for a separate entrance examination, which is called as SNAP. And after the SNAP, if you get qualified for the particular college, then there are three more steps, which is VAT, written ability test, GE group exercise, and PI, that is personal interview. So for me, my SNAP score was 90.63 percentile, and I had applied for four of the Symbiosis institutes, which was SIBM Pune, SIIB Pune, SIBM Bangalore, and SIOM Nashik, out of which I got interview calls from three of the institutes except SIBM Pune. I converted SIIB Pune as of now, and I am in the waiting list of SIOM Nashik and SIBM Bangalore. How was the selection done in SIIB Pune? So there was a composite score after your SNAP and your GEPI process. They find out a composite score out of 100, out of which 50 marks are allotted to your SNAP performance and 50 marks are allotted to your GEPI and VAT performance. So my final composite score was about 66.38 out of 100. And on the basis of that composite score, I got shortlisted for SIIB admission in the first merit list itself. So now, without any further ado, let's start towards my interview experience. So my interview was conducted on two separate days. On the first day, I gave my VAT, and on another day, I gave my group exercise and PI. So my VAT written ability test was of 30 minutes, and there were three questions in my VAT. The first question was an opinion based question, which was like, the discounts provided by e-commerce websites, are they justifiable or not? So we need to give our opinion on that statement and arrive at a particular consensus. And this was the first question, and the remaining two questions was related to a reading comprehension passage, and the passage was regarding the trade system during the Tang dynasty in China. The two questions were quite easy, and the answers were very clearly mentioned in the passage itself, so it was like no-brainer to answer those two questions. So my VAT went very well, but what I think that my strategy went wrong. So firstly, I appeared for the two RC questions, and then I turned towards the essay. So during that procedure, I spent almost 25 minutes on the first two questions of RC, and I was left only with 5 minutes to write my answer on that essay, to write my opinion on that essay. So although I wrote a very elaborative opinion, but I think that I wrote it in a hurry, and that's why I could not attempt it to my full potential. So that was a flawed strategy. So I think that if I had done that other way around, my performance would have been more better. Now coming towards the GEPI process. So during the GEPI process, firstly the document verification happened. After document verification, we were sent to a common room for general briefing, which happened for approximately 1 hour, wherein they told us about the Symbiosis Institutes and the courses they provide in SIIB Pune. After the general briefing, our GE started. There were approximately 12 to 13 people in our GD, and the time limit was 15 minutes. The GE topic was well-being and stakeholders' responsibility. It was not an ideal GD. It was like a fish market condition, not entirely, but somewhere during the GD, we had a bit of ruckus during the GD, and many of the people were not participating at all because of such a huge number of people speaking at one time. So that created a big conundrum, and that disinterested most of the students, that they refrained from speaking itself. So I also was quite irritated during the GD because same points were being repeated in like in another words, and the same students were speaking and they were not letting a new student to talk, and they were like suppressing their voices. So after my third entry in the GD, I also refrained from speaking, and I was like very irritated by them. But the good thing was that after the 15 minutes time duration, the professor gave each and every individual 30 seconds to summarize the entire GD and to add their own points if they had one. So that was a good thing because everyone got ultimately everyone got a chance to speak. So after my GD, my PI occurred, and I think that my PI went very good. And due to my stellar PI, I have managed to get the call from SIIB because my GE was like average and my VAT was also like average. So my PI was only the one thing that improved my profile over there. So my PI lasted for 13 minutes, and there were two professors in my personal interview. One was male and one was female. The male professor started my interview, and the first question he asked was to introduce myself and tell about family background. Here I told about my graduation, my work experience, and I told about my family background, like how many members are there in my family and what is the occupation of each and every member. After that question, he asked me about my work experience. So he asked me to tell the nature of my work experience and what were my roles and responsibilities during my work experience. I answered that question as prepared. And after that, he asked me about my favorite subject. So, what was your favorite subject during engineering? So, I told him like I did not have any technical favorite subject, but I liked model management techniques and the quality control because I have a family business and I could relate more from that subject. That's why I liked model management techniques. So, the reason for telling that was I wanted to avoid any technical questions because I hadn't prepared much on the technical sides. And if I had told any subject like thermodynamics or fluid mechanics, there were chances that they could ask me more in depth on that subject and I could not answer the questions. So to avoid this situation, I told that model management techniques and I diverted the interview towards my family business. So after that question, he did not ask me anything about my favorite subject. He asked me about business. So not specifically about my family business, but he asked me about the stock market. So he asked me name the stock exchanges present in India and how many stock exchanges are there. I told that there are more than two, but I know only two right now, which is BSE and NSE, and the indices of them are Sensex and Nifty. After that, he asked me, then, is there any specific body which controls these stock exchanges? I told that SEBI, that is Security Exchange Board of India, is the body which controls the stock exchanges. After that, he asked me, name the stock exchange present for agricultural products. The answer to that was MCX, that is Multi Commodity Exchange, but I could not recall the answer at that moment. After that, he asked me about 3D printing. So he asked me, what do you think about 3D printing and what is the future of 3D printing in India? So it was a quite good question and I was very happy with that question because my final year project was to build a 3D printer and I had done in-depth research about 3D printing as such. So I told him in detail and my answer was about 2 to 3 minutes. I told him about 3D printing and then what are the various other ways of 3D printing and what are the process of 3D printing and how is the future of 3D printing in India, what I think so. So he was quite impressed by that answer and then he asked me only one thing, like name 3 commodities which India exports to foreign countries. So I named the 3 commodities like stainless steel, engineering goods and jewelry items, and I also told the background story to that, like during the recent free trade agreement between India and UAE, we are going to export jewelry items to UAE. So UAE is one of them, and due to the increasing tension between Russia and Ukraine, India is increasing its exports of engineering goods and stainless steel to EU. So these 2 items are also there. After this question, the ma'am took over, and then she asked me more about my academics, my family background, and general awareness. So the first question she asked was like, you know so much about 3D printing and the things which are going into your mechanical field recently. So why are you interested in doing MBA only? Why not you opt for MTech or MS? So I told the answer as prepared, and in my answer I again mentioned about my family business, so that she could ask me about my family business. So finally she asked me about my family business. Tell me about the family business. So I told the answer, and then she asked me how mechanical engineering have benefited you in your family business. So my family business is related to manufacturing and retailing of furniture. I told her that I was getting the practical experience through my manufacturing plant, but I lacked the theory behind that and the proper procedure of how to do particular process and why to do in that way only. So the theory behind that and the theoretical importance, I got it through mechanical engineering. So then she asked me name some of the processes which you do in your manufacturing. So I told her like something like bending, grooving, grinding, drilling. So she told me to explain all these processes, and I explained that to her. After that, she asked me to explain the working of IC engine, and I explained the working of 4-stroke petrol engine in detail. She was quite happy with my answer because I also told her the compression ratio and the fuel air ratio also during my answer. After that, she started asking me questions related to general awareness. So first of all, she asked me which newspaper do you read. I told her that I don't read daily, but if I read Indian Express. So she asked me to name a news article which you read last year, which is not related to Russia-Ukraine war, not related to Canadian protest, and not related to any free trade agreements. So I took a minute to recall to that question, and then I came up with the PLI scheme, which is Product Linked Incentive Scheme. So I explained that scheme to her, and I told that which products come under PLI scheme, and like the recent news also, which was like regarding semiconductors. So I told her like that. After this answer, she asked me to name the country which is the largest manufacturer of semiconductors. I told Taiwan, and after that she asked me, out of all the news articles, why only PLI scheme came to your mind at this moment? So I told her like my family business is related to manufacturing, and PLI scheme is benefiting small scale manufacturers. So that's why it catch my eye that time, and I read more about that. So that's why I could recall the PLI scheme at this moment. Something like that I told her, and then she was also good with that answer. Then she asked me the last question, to tell me about a problem statement that I incurred during the last 3 years, and how I tackled that problem situation. I told her about an ethical conundrum which I faced during a national level competition during my college, and how I tackled that confusion. She was happy with my answer, and the interview ended over here.
That little mouse, 'cause I'm an albatross.